Okay, we're good.
What is up, Metalheads? It is Monday. It is just after 9 p.m. Eastern. Actually, it's more like 9:30 Eastern at this point, but who cares? It's Full Metal Trivia time, as it always is on Monday nights. And I'm here, as always, as your host, the Commissioner of Full Metal Trivia, Alex Omega Worden. Joining me tonight to proctor questions are two members of my admin team, who I'm just excited to have in the same room as me tonight. Joining me are the Canadian Nightmare herself, Harley Boric, and the Red Ranger himself, Renee Jr. Harley, RJ, how you doing?
Alex, I'm going to pause right here. We're getting a vicious echo on your end. Am I the only one getting it?
I heard it too. I'm actually hearing echo from everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a mad echo going on.
Am I echoing? Yeah, I heard it there. Wow, it's a bad echo.
1 second. Is there an echo now?
Yeah.
No?
Yeah. Yes, there is.
All right. So it's not me.
It's coming from everyone, so it's hard to tell who's it coming from.
Sorry, folks. We should have done we didn't get the chance to audio test before the match started.
Actually, the audio was working fairly good before we did. I just continue or just move or try to start this.
So, welcome to the Alex Show, folks. Since Harley can't move the camera while we're audio testing, you just get my beautiful face for a few minutes here. How's everyone doing tonight? Checking out the live chat. We got Jeremy here. We got Thomas here. We got Nazario. Malcolm. How's everyone doing tonight?
Jeremy, isn't he the leader of a Vomit Nation?
The star-studded audience.
Okay, Alex, do you want to just move forward with this, or?
Yeah, let's just move forward here, guys, and we'll just try to figure it out as we go. The echo is not causing too much of a problem, so we'll just roll with it. So on that note, my co-hosts for the evening, Renee Villarreal Jr. and Harley Boric are here, and we got a lineup of players, both new and returning. The one key difference being no one's yet to win a match in Season 2, so hopefully we'll have a first-time winner. We will have a first-time winner in Season 2 tonight. But going around the table here, first I want to go to my co-hosts. Harley, RJ, how you doing tonight? What are you looking forward to in this match? How do you think this is going to go tonight?
Well, we saw an awesome debut from one man's brother from last week with Michael. Well, and just wondering if Andy will be able to pull off the same thing. But like all these everyone else is a return competitor. So they're all good. They're equally good from what I've seen in the past. So I'm excited to see what happens here. RJ, how about you?
I'm half a slave.
Okay, send it back to Alex then.
All right. Well, on that note, just to try and save time, I'm going to go ahead and just introduce the competitors in sequence and in order of how I have them written down on my scoreboard. So introducing first is one of our returning players. Some say he is the best player who has never won a match in Full Metal currently. He is a member of the Atomic Nation, and he's repping one of the best T-shirts in movie history tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Quayler.
Hey, everybody, how's it going?
All right. Moving on, next on the scorecard, we have a returning player who made his debut here in Full Metal in Season 2 and came very close to cinching victory in his first match. It is Mr. Adam Morales.
How's it going, y'all? I'm glad to be here.
All right. Next on the docket, we have a fan favorite, a fan hated. He just, you know him already. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jim Green.
Super Mario Brothers 2 is the game of the year.
All right. Moving on, we have a debuting player, and Harley alluded to this earlier. Don't get confused by the image because he is one half of Mirror Image. Saw his brother play and win last week. Hoping he can do the same this week. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Andy Wood.
Yeah, Michael winning last week puts no pressure on me whatsoever. Let's go.
And finally, a returning player who made his debut a few weeks ago, who I didn't get told until after the match. I butchered his name the entire time, and I grossly apologize for that. The man who probably still hates my haircut, ladies and gentlemen, Jan Engelman. Jan, what's going on?
It's 3 a.m. and I'm tired, so I'll just tag along. That's all right.
All right. Well, on that note, that's your docket of players for this evening, so let's not waste any more time. Round one works like this. Contestants are given 8 questions from a series of predetermined random categories. They have a 15 count to respond by writing them down on their writing implements, whiteboard and marker preferred, of course. After the count, we'll get answers from everyone. Correct answers are worth 1 point. Incorrects are worth nothing. After the 8 questions, the player in the lead will have an advantage going into round number 2, and the player with the least amount of points will be eliminated from competition. Also, reminders, we ask that players have writing implements and hands visible on frame, on screen at all times during play, and each player has 3 repeats they can ask for per match total, unless there's a connection issue which prompts a repeat, but only the judges will be able to call that. That said, Harley and RJ will handle the questions for the evening. I will handle time and score. Before we start, any questions from the field?
Nope.
All right. I can't believe I got through all that without any stumbles, so let's find tonight's one player to rule them all. Harley and RJ, take it away with the questions for round 1.
Okay, your first question in the category of comedy. What 90s comedy has the line, "Who does number 2 work for?"
This whole sequence is probably my favorite part of this movie.
Actually, there's like 15 of my favorite parts of this movie.
Yeah.
It's everything leading up to it too, like the whole where they're at. I just find the whole scene hilarious.
Spoiling.
Let's give them 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down. I'm going to start off with Matt on this one.
Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
Correct, and he got the full title in there. Excellent. We're going to go over to Adam next.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I put Naked Gun.
Ooh, okay. Next, going to Jim.
Well, I put my the full title in the quotations on the bottom there, but Austin Powers, International Man of Mystery.
All right, that's correct. Next, we're going over to Andy.
Nope, I had Spaceballs.
Ooh, and finally, over to Jan.
I said Dumb and Dumber, but at least my teammates didn't know.
All right.
RJ, question number 2, please.
Yep. Category of animation. Who was the voice of villains in both Despicable Me 2 and Coco?
Can you repeat that question, please?
Those are repeat.
Who voiced villains in the category of animation? Who voiced villains in both Despicable Me 2 and Coco?
Or just take my job, Harley. Whatever you want to do. Go with what you feel.
Sorry.
Finally watched Coco again, like last week. Still cried.
How do you not?
You repeat the question?
Okay, RJ, I'll let you take this then.
All right. In the category of animation, who is the voice of villains in both Despicable Me 2 and Coco?
We're going to need an answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down. And this one, we're going to go ahead and start with Adam.
I said Benjamin Bratt.
That is correct. Next, going over to Jim.
I did not get that answer.
All right. Over to Andy. Okay. All right. Over to Jan. Nope. Okay. And finally, Matt.
Benjamin Bratt.
All right. He pulled it out with the repeat. Nice work.
He's killing it.
Question number 3 in the category of Christopher Nolan. In which film does Tom Hardy play the character Farrier? Farrier.
Farrier?
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
Still have yet.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Yes. In the category of Christopher Nolan, in which film does Tom Hardy play the character Barrier?
Surprisingly, my favorite movie with Tom Hardy so far, was actually thinking about the other day. It's surprisingly Lawless. Don't know why. Really like that movie.
Come on, Warrior.
As much as I love him in that movie, it's not my favorite role that he does.
Well, your hat is stupid.
Got him.
All right, we're going to get some answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down. This time we will start with Jim.
I went with the less obvious answer. I said Interstellar.
Oh, he's not even in that movie. Incorrect.
Didn't know.
Andy.
Hopefully, it's Inception.
Ooh, that is incorrect as well. Over to Jan.
I also had Inception. What other movies you in?
Okay. Over to Matt.
I had Dunkirk, but Renee made a second guess and put Inception.
Oh,
Still stuck with your gut.
and Adam.
I said Dunkirk.
All right, Adam's got.
I did not see Dunkirk, but to be fair, my other guess was Inception.
Funny thing
haven't
is, I
seen
didn't see
Dunkirk.
Dunkirk either. I just picked a movie he is in with
I
Christopher Nolan.
See how that could be someone's favorite performance.
He's only in 3 of Nolan, so yeah.
All right.
And one he's big.
All right, your next category is DC. DC. In Batman Returns, what does Catwoman say right before a store explodes behind her?
Oh, what blows behind her?
Sorry, the echo's killing it.
Yeah. I'll read this one. In Batman Returns, what does Catwoman say right before a store explodes behind her?
You know, and I gotta say, this echo sucks, but it makes for a very epic countdown when you start counting down.
5, 4.
I was going to say Jeremy is definitely trying to up the difficulty after I wrote last match based on the reactions we're getting here.
Oh yeah. No.
All right. And on that note, we'll go ahead and get a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down. And this time we're going to start with Andy.
I don't know.
All right. Over to Jan.
I don't know, but I said it's definitely a pun, right? It's got to be a pun.
Ooh, it kind of is, but we'll reveal that in a bit. All right. Over to Matt.
Meow.
That is correct.
There you go. I knew it.
Meow.
Correct. And Jim.
Throwback. I said Alfred is her uncle. Cryface.
Spoilers if you haven't watched me, Jim, and multiplex fandom fights yet.
Okay, your next question. In the category of family films, what famous dog had movies about them released in the 1940s, 1990s, and the 2000s? Those are decades.
Thank you.
Just making sure you didn't think those were the actual years.
I thought those were the months.
Some people can get them confused with the actual year.
I thought those were the DirecTV channels.
They probably had some movies too.
Can you repeat the question quickly?
Yes, in the category of family films, what famous dog had movies about them
Family films.
released in the 1940s, 1990s, and 2000s?
I hope you can read that. Holy shit. Okay.
All right. We are going to get some answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down. This time we will go to Jan first.
I was about to say Leica, but then I said family movie, so I said Lassie.
That is correct for a point. All right. Over to Matt.
I also went with Lassie.
Correct. Adam?
I went with Benji.
Oh, not a bad guess, but incorrect. Over to Jim.
I love Benji, but I went ahead and went with Lassie.
Excellent. And Andy.
I said Goofy, and I'm thinking many other things to take up right now.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Have you even seen the movie of Lassie?
Your next category is in horror. Horror. Which 1959 Vincent Price film had a 1999 remake starring Jeffrey Rush?
Oh, fuck me.
That is not.
No, thank you.
Oh, God.
Do not write that down. You will be wrong.
I know what the answer is, but oh, God.
We all have those moments.
Fuck.
I have it like every other match.
If this is the movie I'm thinking of and this is wrong, I'm going to be sad.
I'm really good at 1950s horror movies, guys.
Yeah. Quickly going to the live chat. Jeremy, no, these questions aren't that bad. You know they tested well. And we're going to get 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down. We're going to start off with Matt on this one.
The House on Haunted Hill.
That is correct for a point. All right, over to Adam.
The House on Haunted Hill.
All right, over to Jim.
I said House on the Haunted Hill.
Ooh, I don't know if we can take that. I'll revisit
Come
that.
on.
Over to
That's,
Andy.
Number two, who? Was that me, you said?
Yep, Andy.
Don't bother.
Okay, and Jan?
I said the only old horror movie I know. I said The Omen, so yeah.
Okay. And I cannot give him the point for that one because of the jumble of words.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, your second to last question in the category of new releases. Which 2018 comedy co-stars Kyle Chandler, Jesse Plemons, and Michael C. Hall?
Is Michael C. Hall the Dexter guy?
Yes.
He is.
Never watched that show.
And yet you know he was in it.
I know he's in it.
Cousins is great.
You only have to watch like the first 2 seasons and you're fine.
First 4.
1, 2, 4, and you're fine. Everything else is
Yeah. All right, let's get back to the movies by going to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down. I'm going to go to Adam first on this one.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Okay, over to Jim.
It's the only comedy I've seen with him in it. I said Game Night.
That is correct. Over to Andy.
Special moment, guys. I said Game Night.
He's on the board, folks. All right. Over to Jan.
Nah.
Okay, and finally Matt.
Game Night.
All right.
Gentlemen, your final question is in the category of action adventure. What is the profession of Harrison Ford's character in The Fugitive?
Think of a job title and throw it down on the board.
Tell you, Alex, that echo every time you count down. I know y'all all hate this movie, but I love it. That's why I hear that echo behind you, and all I think of is that scene from The Grinch when the mayor's announcing the next event, and his little lackey is like echoing behind him, trying to make it happen. Buddy, go!
Little known fact, I hired a little version of each of us to actually replicate that echo for this match. You're welcome, Internet. Let's give them 5, 4.
We need a Patreon so we can keep doing it.
2, 1. Markers down. We're going to go to Jim first on this one.
I said with a question mark, U.S. Marshal.
No.
Oh, incorrect. Over to Andy.
With this one, I said he was a stockbroker.
Oh, that is incorrect. Over to Jan.
I would say archaeologist and professor, but that was the wrong movie, so I said doctor.
That is correct. All right, over to Matt.
Dr. Richard Kimball.
That is correct, and that is his character name. And
I know
finally,
that from Scrubs.
Adam?
Yeah, I said teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, folks, that brings us to the end of round number 1, and the scores look like this. Currently in the lead with 7 out of 8 points in that round, proving these questions are not that hard, is Matt, who will get the advantage going into round number 2. Following behind is Adam with 4, Jim with 3, and Jan with 2, meaning that with 1 point on the board, Andy, thank you for showing up tonight. Happy to have you stick around if you're able to, but your night for scoring points is done.
Well, it was a quick and ugly night. But...
All right. Hope to have you back soon. All right. But on that note, we will go ahead and move on to round number 2, which, if you've never watched a match, I'll just quickly explain, is what we call the lottery round. And it works like this. You will have contestants pick numbers between 1 and 6 and then run a random number generator. Since Matt's in the lead, he gets to pick 2 numbers, which each remaining player picks 1. When the random number generator is 1, the number that comes up corresponds to what a player has picked. And if a player's chosen number comes up, they get to pick the category for round number 2. However, we're throwing an extra number in. If that extra number that nobody picked comes up, players are then forced to answer from one of Jeremy's patented secret categories, and tonight's is especially fun. I'll say that much. Well, on that note, let's go ahead and get some numbers. Matt, since you were in the lead, pick 2 numbers between 1 and 6.
1 and 6.
That makes it easy for me to write down. All right, next we will get a number from Adam.
I'll go with 4.
All right, next, Jim.
The man who was number 1 on the all-time rushing list wears number 22, so I'll go with 2.
Okay, and Jan, you get to pick either 3 or 5.
Let's go with 3.
Okay. So on that note, I will run the random number generator between 1 and 6, and we'll see if it's a lucky night for somebody once it actually wants to load for me. And folks, it is number 6. So Matt's advantage paid off. Matt, your options for this round are movies set in Hawaii, Saturday Night Live movie,
Oh, God.
sexy movies, Keanu Reeves, and comic book movie villains. Now, a proposal though. If you don't like any of those categories, the secret category is on the board. And as always, if you want to choose to play the secret category, every correct answer is worth double points. So, you want to take a predetermined category or go for the mystery?
Well, last time the mystery kind of screwed me over with anime, so I think let's do Keanu Reeves.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Everyone good to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Your first question in the category of Keanu Reeves, a good Canadian boy. In what film is Keanu's character called Young, Dumb, and Full of Cum?
Say that again?
I'll reread this one. Okay. It is, in which film is Keanu's character called Young, Dumb, and Full of Cum? I can't believe I said that with a straight face.
And here I called him a good Canadian boy.
Yeah, nope, that question negates the good part. All right. I think we're getting some answers written, so let's give them 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down. This time we will start with Jim.
I asked Ben Bateman to help me on this one, so I just said Point Break.
That is correct for a point. Over to Jan.
I said Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh, not a bad guess, but no. Over to Matt.
The masterpiece, Point Break.
All right. And Adam.
Yep. Point Break.
All right.
Ben Bateman agrees, Matt. Ben Bateman agrees.
Gentlemen, your next question in Keanu Reeves. Charlize Theron co-starred with Keanu in Sweet November and which other film?
Can you repeat, please? I didn't hear the first name.
Yeah.
No problem. Charlize Theron co-starred with Keanu in Sweet November and which other film? I would have think switching these would have been the harder question because I've never heard of Sweet November. But I heard of another movie.
Yeah.
Sweet November.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Let's go ahead and go 5, 4, 3. All right.
Another repeat?
Yep.
Another repeat.
All right. Charlize Theron co-starred with Keanu in Sweet November and which other film?
We begin 5,
I know, so
4,
I'm going to be kicking myself.
2, 1. Markers down. All right. Jan, we are going to you first. Did you pull anything?
I can get it.
All right. Over to Matt.
The Devil's Advocate.
That is correct. Over to Adam.
Yep. Devil's Advocate.
And Jim.
Shit, I forgot he was in that. I said the Lake House, even though I knew Sandy.
All right.
Maybe she was. I don't know.
That was Sandy B.
Sandy B. Yes, thank you. Okay, I did know Sandy B was in it. Thank you.
Question number 3. What is Ted's full name in the Bill and Ted films?
This question is the Makuga come on of the round here in your comedy fan.
Come on.
Never seen this movie. Probably was supposed to know.
Ooh, you should. They actually surprisingly hold up decently well.
All
I
right.
just don't like the cringe. I can't handle it.
Let's get some answers in 5,
Repeat, please.
4.
Repeat. Okay. What is Ted's full name in the Bill and Ted films? We're looking for first and last.
All right. Once again, getting some answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down. This time I will go to Matt first.
Is it Theodore Logan?
That is correct for a point. Over to Adam.
Yep. Ted Theodore Logan.
Correct. Over to Jim.
Nope, I remembered Bill's last name.
And Jan.
Nah.
All right.
All right. Your final question in Keanu Reeves. In Henry's Crime, Keanu plays the title character. What crime was he falsely convicted of? Just one of those nights when you realize you don't know movies. I haven't seen
I don't. I never pretend to know movies. So.
This looks really poorly written, so I'll rewrite it.
Never heard of this movie either.
I think I saw a trailer for it.
All right. Going to get some answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mark down. This time we're starting with Adam.
I said murder.
Incorrect, but not a bad guess. Over to Jim.
I went with the also popular murder answer.
All right. Over to Jan.
I had fun, guys. I said littering.
All right. And finally, Matt.
Was it bank robbery?
It was bank robbery, and that is a perfect round 2 for Matt. He knows his Keanu. So,
God, I wish it was littering.
all right. So that said, Jan did kind of give it away, but Jan, unfortunately, you didn't get any points that round. So your night for scoring points is done. Happy to have you stick around watching on the panel with your mic muted, but we'll hopefully have you back soon in the next round of matches. But from now, we're going to move on to round number 3. Currently, the scores are Matt. Perfect round number 2 brings his score up to 11. Adam is behind him with 7, and Jim is hanging in there with 4 points at the moment. But
Looking forward to having that turn.
all of that, this can change though, because we're going into round number 3, which we, of course, affectionately call the Double Jeopardy round. And this is how it works, just in case you've never seen it before. We have 5 questions remaining in the match. Contestants will answer standard 15 count, write down your answers, and reveal when asked. That said, if you get the question right, you gain a point. If you miss it, you'll lose a point. We will continue until 2 players have been mathematically eliminated, and if there is a tie after the 5 questions, we will go to a sudden death tiebreaker. That being said, your final three, Matt, Jim, and Adam. Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. Then let's move on.
Actually, just to point out, just so we can do it. If Matt gets the first two right, it's over.
All right. Good to know there's some stakes. So let's move on. Get this third round underway. Harley, hit him with the first question.
Okay, your first question in the category of crime. In which film does a character called Spider get shot in his foot?
I could not type the answer fast enough when Jeremy tested me on this one.
Oh, Jeremy probably has a funny story about my answer. So
We'll have to find that one out after the match. But
Can you repeat the question?
yes.
okay.
Thank you.
In the category of crime, in which film does a character called Spider get shot in his foot?
All right. We're going to get some answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down. I'm going to go to Adam first on this one.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Ooh, okay. And over to Jim.
I said Bushwhacked.
Oh,
You know, that one with Daniel Stern, you know, from the 90s.
not the film we were looking for. And over to Matt.
That's not Point Break again, is it?
It is not actually Point Break. The answer is Goodfellas.
I thought you said you were good at Spider. I did say. No, I thought you said I was good and were talking to me. Oh God, that's one of the most hilarious scenes in that movie. How did nobody get that one?
Because I've never seen
It's
Goodfellas.
hilarious.
Oh, I've seen it. I just my mind went blank.
RJ, question 2,
No,
please.
I got you. All right, your next question is in the category of Tom Hanks. What company does Hank's character work for in Castaway?
Yeah, we're not looking for the first question of the match.
You know what? I still yet to watch that movie all the way through.
Really?
I literally seen him on the island. I haven't seen how he got there. I haven't seen him get off.
All right. And I do believe we had a repeat ask, so really quick, I'll go ahead and do it.
All right.
Category with Tom Hanks. And the question, what company does Hank's character work for in Castaway?
Looks like Jim's getting ready to leave.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll get some answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down. I will go to Jim first on this one.
I said that online book company, Amazon.
Incorrect. Over to Matt.
FedEx?
That is correct. And over to Adam.
FedEx.
All right.
I think that knocks out Jim.
No, actually, there is still the potential, but we will play. But if Matt gets the next question right, the game is over.
Okay. Question 3 in the category of scores and soundtracks. What film by Cameron Crowe has songs by U2, My Morning Jacket, Elton John, and Ryan Adams?
Yes.
Brian Adams.
Ryan Adams.
Ryan Adams.
Billy Ray Cyrus. That's what I heard you say. Who the hell is My Morning Jacket?
Who the hell is Cameron Crowe?
I was going to say, who the hell is Ryan Adams?
You don't know Ryan Adams? This guy lives down the street. He's an awesome dude.
I can describe both, but it would be a huge hint for this movie.
Gotcha.
Oh no, that's not my answer. It's this other answer.
All right.
This is not the round 3 for me.
We're going to give you 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Markers down. First, I am going to go to Matt.
Was it Elizabethtown?
And your winner, Matt Quayler.
But to finish it off, we should get the other answers.
All right. And Adam and Jim, what did you put for that?
I did not
I
get that.
didn't have it. Nope.
Okay.
I put not Elizabethtown. That's all you need to know.
All right.
No, I went Emma Pfeiffer. I literally put not Elizabethtown.
All right. But folks, that brings us to the end of the match, and Matt has finally done it. In what, like 6 appearances? Always coming up as a bridesmaid or playing the Titans. And tonight you had a hell of a match in front of you, but you played a nearly perfect game to get it done. How does it feel to finally get a W on the board here in Full Metal?
It feels great. I mean, this was the first place I ever played, and I've won everywhere else I've ever played, so it feels great to finally win one over here. It only bugs me that I had Dunkirk and I switched it, but that's okay. We had fun.
And on that note, your winning may not be done yet, as has been the case with all season. Your win here gets you into the next Full Metal Winners Challenge match, where you will be going up against Paul Oyama, Dominic Rizzi, Robert Parker, Michael Wood, and the winner of next week's match. So that lineup, you think you can repeat the performance? How are you feeling about that?
Back to losing again. Yeah.
I think we're in for a great winners match next round already. I can't wait to see who comes out next week to round it out. It's going to be something spectacular. That said, before we close up for the night, Harley, RJ, do you guys have any thoughts on how the match went?
Oh yeah, no, unfortunately, I was really happy for Jim making it to the 3rd round there. That is a big accomplishment for him. It just unfortunately the questions from there on didn't go his way. But it just like Matt just dominated. Matt had an awesome performance in round 1 and 2, which without a doubt gave him the lead spread that led him to knocking out Adam and Jim's. But all in all, like you said, I'm really looking forward to that winners challenge. It's going to be one hell of a match.
Yeah, Echo, this was a really fun match. I mean, Jeremy, don't worry. The questions weren't that hard. There were lower scores when Alex wrote the question. You're fine.
Yeah. You didn't have a completely 0 round 2, Jeremy, so we're good. All right. That said, as I mentioned, we're going to close up for the night. So that said, for the many folks who were watching live, thank you so much. I know most of you are already subscribed, but if you are watching live and you aren't subscribed to us here on Full Metal Media live on YouTube, please do so. If you are not watching us live, then you are likely watching us on the Worldwide Movie Games Network, alongside all the amazing content produced by our friends at Movie Battleground and There Will Be Trivia, and the soon to be coming There Will Be Geek. More on that later this week and how we tie into Full Metal with a video announcement coming very soon. That said, of course, give us all some love on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, check us out on Twitter and Instagram coming soon. I'm pretty sure we mentioned that. We're going to work on that, aren't we, Harley? But before we close out, I just want to thank everyone for watching tonight, everyone watching us on the post-game, recorded, edited, lovely version where all the editing scrubs are flubbed out. And for everyone who showed up this evening, thank you so much. For our players, Jim Green, who's giving me the double burden jerk, Adam Morales, Jon Engelman, Andy Wood, and the victorious Matt Quayler. Your co-hosts for the evening have been Harley Boric, Rene Villarreal Jr., and myself, the Commissioner, Alex Worden. And we will see you potentially later this week with a Full Metal Geek match. Otherwise, next Monday is when you will see us next time on Full Metal Trivia. Good night.